Students who are in the online, am I audible, students? Those who says good evening, I am also saying good evening. So let us move to the further. Okay. So previously we did some examples, right? Have you practiced it? Hmm? So not saying anything practiced means not practiced or practiced. Practiced? Okay. So let us move to the further. I hope students 6 p.m. Under that I will take functions. I'll take functions here. There. Index I'll open it. Index of functions. So this examples has done. Still some more examples are there. I will explain through another concept I will explain. So today I would like to introduce what? Parameters and arguments. And this concept I'm interested to discuss. So let us start with parameters and arguments. So new topic, coding will be with the topics will start. And once the functions are getting over, if you want to develop any function for any task, you have to apply all these topics and you have to develop it. That's the way. So go to parameters and arguments. So first you must understand about what do you mean by parameters. What do you know about parameters? Anybody knows anything about the parameters? Can anybody can speak anything about the parameters here? Hmm. Have you heard about parameter in my class? What you heard about it? Tell me. That's all. Number one is called what? Okay. Next, anything you heard about it? Huh? Anything you heard about it? Formal parameter is nothing but variable name used in the function heading. It is known as what? Parameter. If I use the variable inside of the function body, we call it as what? Local parameter. Local parameter. Local parameter, formal parameter. There I will write it. Formal parameter, nothing but what? Formal parameters are variables, first of all. Variables used in variables used inside of used inside of function heading for function heading. That is the first thing. These are used for formal parameters are used for what for? Used for storing what values? Storing the inputs. Storing the inputs coming from function calls. Function calls. This concept I was already explained. Formal parameters used for storing the inputs coming from function calls. Formal parameters are variables used inside a function heading. I mentioned it. Local variables. Local parameters are variables used inside of what? Function body. Used inside of what? Function body. What is the use of local parameter or local variables? Local parameters or local variables use is what? To store, hmm, to store what results? Don't know. చదువుకుంటే కదా ఎప్పుడన్నా. When you open the syntax, I said already here. I said already here. What I mentioned it. You see, students, here, the variable in the function body, we use some special variable. They are called local variables, whose purpose is to store temporary results. There is a function processing results can be stored. But I'm mentioning local variables used for storing the results, storing the results, storing the results, storing the results after function processing result. After function processing result. I hope you are following that. After function processing result, whose results are stored in where? Local variable. If you want to give those variables back, I will use to what? Return statement. If I want to print it, I can print then and there. This is about types of parameters. Now I am writing in Python programming. In Python programming, we have two types of parameters. Two types of parameters. They are, what is the first one? For the sake of the notes, number one, formal parameters, also called as what? These are also known as what? Dummy parameters. Dummy parameters we can call. Second one is what? Local parameters, or what local variables we can call. And about them, I just described it. What is the use of that? I mentioned it. This is number one. This is number two. Second point. This is about the first point, and this is about the second point. So this is about the second point. I think this is more clear. This is a more clear. Now I'm going to enter into the further about what? Arguments. Very, very easy. Now I will take, if you want one example also, I will tell you students. One example also I will cover. What is an example here? DEF, sum OP. We already done it. AB. Here I said some block of statements you may write it. You may write some block of statements here. C is equal to what? A plus B. And you are writing like this. And you are writing like this. And here A and B are called. Here A and B are called. Yes. Formal parameters. Formal parameters. Formal parameters. So next is called what? Here C is called. Yes. C is called local parameter. Local parameter or local variable. Right. Done. And finally, I would like to write one sentence overall together. Up that point also, the values of formal parameters and local parameters, the values of local parameter and what next? Local parameters can be accessed within the function body only, within the function body only, but we can't access in other part of the program, That point I was already mentioned during the syntax only. Seventh point, you see students, the values of formal parameters and local variables can be accessed in the corresponding function definition only, but not possible to access in other part of the function definitions. This point I was mentioned already. So within the corresponding, I will add the word corresponding function body only, but not possible to access in other part of the program. And example also mentioned it. Next I'm talking about the arguments. Very easy. This arguments also we used it. What are these arguments, students? Simple students. Arguments are also the variables. Arguments are the variables, variables are what values used inside of function calls, used inside of function calls, used inside of function calls. So are the arguments are also called actual parameters, or actual arguments, actual parameters or actual arguments. I think you are following me. Actual arguments. Arguments are also called actual parameters and actual arguments. These are called formal parameters, local parameters, something like that. So variables are using in lot of context. Variables in the function heading, variables in the body, variables inside the function calls. Example, if I look at here, I'm going to write it something like this. See students, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, sum OP of what? A comma B. What this is known as first of all? Function call. Function call. Here A and B are called A and B are called arguments. Arguments. Why? The arguments are the variables, values used inside the function calls. This is a function call. I am using variables, values I am using function call. Here A and B are called arguments. Here I am going to write it, or I will say, or I will write it. Here I am writing 100 comma 100 comma 200 I am writing. What this is known as function call. Here 100 and what? 200 are called argument values. Arguments, you can say argument values. We can say arguments in terms of variables, arguments in terms of values. Clear or not clear? Go to our PyCharm once. Go to our PyCharm. Online students, I hope this concept is clear. This concept, what I mentioned, is clear. Very, very important. Very, very important conclusion I am coming to. Let's go to that. I'm going to enter into this place. Here I'm going to take up. Who is this person again? Very dangerous question he is asking. Arun Singh. Here, both arguments and parameters look same, or they are different. So for me it is different. For you it may look same. For me it is different. It depends on the person interest, how you listen like that. Are they same or different? Completely different. For me it is completely different. For you I don't know. How you listen, Hyderabad and Mumbai looking like same? Same only, because if you don't know what is happening in the places. So students, because if I started counting that type of doubts, I never move to the further. Very dangerous things. Look like same is same. Variables used in your body, that is called local. Used the variables in your neck, that is called formal. Used the variables in your hands, that is going to be called as actual arguments. All of them are there in the in functions only, but they are going to be different. Again, Arun Singh, you follow me. Sum of OP. What this is called? Arun Singh. Arun Singh is my default student today. KV. What this is called? Function call. In the function call, I am using variables. So these are called what? Arguments. That's all. Okay. No doubt about it. Here KV are called what? Variables used in the function heading. They are called what? That's all. Here R is a variable used in the function body. What they are called? Same, huh? Are they looking same? No. So Arun Singh, I called 3-4 times. If you don't respond, I will leave your doubt to you only. So done. Go to approach number 2. Approach number 2, you go once again. What is happening? Huh? That's what I'm saying. Okay. Thanks for clarity, sir. Okay. No problem. That is what I need require. So variables means what? Human beings means KV are also human being. Arun Singh also human being. And everybody is human being only. When I'm sitting in the chair opposite to students, I'm a teacher. When you're sitting opposite to me, you are called a student. Correct or not? So it depends on the person what they do. That will differ. When you go out, all of them are human beings only. So anyhow, students, start here. What is this KV? Arguments. What is this AB? What is this C? Okay, next, what is this 1020? Argument values. What is this KV? What is this R? What is this 100, 200? Good. But RES is here. RES I am not using as a function call parameter. It is called something different. What is that? In the next stage, I will tell you. Right now, don't worry. That is called a global variable we can call. I will tell you further because I have in my class, there is a global variable, local variable concept is there that I will explain separately in the class. Right now, don't worry. So whatever I am saying, you fully involved with that and try to move forward. So if you don't get clarity, it's difficult for you to get into. So I'll close this entire thing. I'll move to the further. So once again, I am showing what is this K and V are called. What is this AB called? What is this C is called? Good. All the students in the online, respond students, all of you. I will move to the further. Respond all the students in the online. Is it clear about this concept? Now I am going to enter into the further. One important sentence I will write it. What is the relation between arguments and parameters? What is the difference between arguments and parameters? So first initiation starts from where? Arguments. Because when you call the function, then only we'll call what? Function definition. When you call the function, what will come first? Argument values are going to whom? Formal parameters. To process it, I will use our parameters. I'll keep the result into some temporary variables that are called what? Local variables. So the relation between the relationship between what? Arguments and the relationship between arguments and parameters is that come on, the relationship between arguments and parameters is that every value of every value of argument of what? Function call must pass to must pass to must pass to must send to Madhubabala, formal parameter of function definition. Function definition. This is a rule. This is a rule. The relationship between arguments and parameters is that every value of argument of function call must pass or send to formal parameter of function definition. This relationship is called arguments passing mechanism. Arguments passing mechanism. Spell out. What some people will ask you, what is arguments passing mechanism? What is your answer? Every argument value of function call pass to whom? Formal parameter of function definition is known as what? Arguments passing mechanism. Understood? So this is called, in the bracket I will write, this process is called arguments passing mechanism. Argument passing mechanism. Okay, students in online, this point is clear. Then I will move to the biggest discussion today. This is a very easy discussion, and this relationship is going to be most important point. Online students, respond immediately. Don't be dull in the class. Try to respond. So I'm going to take up, go to the place, functions. I will save my concept. I'll send to you. Okay, students. Now I'll move to the further. Now I'm entering into the next technique. Based on the relationship between the arguments and parameters is that every value of argument of function call must pass or send to the formal parameter of function heading. This process is called arguments passing mechanism. So what I'm going to discuss now? Types of arguments which I'm passing from function call to function definition. In how many ways I can pass my argument values to the function definition? Are you following? Right. So, in how many ways you can come? This is my classroom. This is my classroom. In how many ways you will come to my class? By walk, you can come. By walk you can come. Next is called by. మీకు ఏం నాలెడ్జ్ లేదు అసలు. By cycle you can come. By bike you can come. By bike you can come. By car you can come. By aeroplane you can come. By helicopter you can come. By can come by air also. This is called a come by air also. Are you following? So last two things we will remove. And these things possible, correct or not? These things possible. These things are possible. What is this is called? Different ways of coming to the class. Similar manner, different ways of passing the arguments values to the function. Whatever I said so far, this is called one technique. By default, we applied it. C language also same way we will pass. Java also will pass. Python also will pass the same thing. What is this now, students? See, K value passed to where? V value passed to whom? What is this? Is by default, this is called one technique. This is one technique. Okay. There is one more thing you see, 3.py you see, KV. K passed to K and V passed to V. This is by default one technique only. First example, 10 passed to K and 20 passed to V. 30 passed to K, 200 passed to V. This is called by default one technique only. That means whatever the examples we did, that is already followed some technique of passing the arguments. Understand? What is the technique name? I am telling you. So coming to the point of it, now I am going to enter into the types of arguments. Next concept I am introducing, students, very, very important. That will continue today and tomorrow also. Types of arguments. Types of arguments. Some people will call it as what? Types of parameters also. And don't take that kind of thing. Types of arguments, parameters, passing techniques. Types of arguments, parameters, passing techniques. Actually, passing techniques, you should not use it. Parameters and arguments. How many types of arguments they are coming? You need to tell the arguments. This I am adding, students. Actually, I will remove after 2 minutes. After a few minutes, I will remove. But it is not permanent. I will just keep it for your better understanding. Now I am going to tell about, I will carry that word. Based on, here I will carry on, I will write it. Based on the relationship between what? Arguments and parameters is that the every value of argument of the function call must pass or send to the formal parameter of function definition. This process is called what? So in how many ways I can pass my arguments values? In how many ways I can pass my arguments values? Are you following? So in Python programming, arguments are classified into, because after listening today, 3 techniques I will explain so that you will feel that yes, good techniques this is. In Python, arguments are classified into 5 types. 5 types. They are actually I can say with a Saturday, functions concept is over, I can say, because you have seen a lot of examples. Functions concept is over, I can say, but functions concept only 20% is over. Now actual things will go on doing now. Number 1 is called what? Positional arguments. Spell out arguments. This is the technique we already followed in our class. This is the technique already we followed in the class. Approach number 3, KV. K value going to this K, V value going to this V. And this KV and this KV are not same. They are different, completely different. This 100 and 200, this 10 and 20 passing to this. Here you see KV values are passing to AB. This is the technique of what? Positional arguments technique. Go there now. Go to this place. Second technique is there. Positional arguments we can use at certain extent. Second one I'm going to say, students, default arguments. Default arguments. I will go for default arguments. Default arguments. Third one I'm going to take it variable, no, keyword arguments. Keyword arguments. Keyword arguments. Most powerful technique. Variable length arguments. Variable length arguments. Fifth one I am talking about. Keyword, variable length arguments. Keyword variable length arguments. These are the five techniques. These are the five techniques we use as a part of our programming. Because these concepts I am saying not for only Python level. Because when you go to EDA projects, there you need this strong knowledge. So let me start with first one, positional arguments. Is this title is clear? First of all, title clear. So what is my heading? Types of arguments or parameters. Passing techniques, I don't use I set. You are reading that. నేను ఏది వద్దంటానో మీరు అది చదివేస్తారు. Don't read today onwards, okay? Today onward, don't read. You sleep. You will read, no. Don't watch mobile means you will watch mobile. That is natural. Okay, students, is it clear or not? Clear or not clear? Clear. Now I am entering into first question. Concept is positional arguments. Positional arguments I am going to discuss. For certain reason, I will type it in the edit plus. In the edit plus, I am going to show you the program. Let us go new, others, and then Python. Program for demonstrating what is that? Positional arguments. Positional arguments. There I am going to write it. Main program I am going to write it. Main program. I am going to take up main program. So here you see, go to our example once again. Approach example 1.py. Sum OP of kv. Sum OP of k comma v. What is happening? Function call. K value passing to where? V value passing to whom? This I taught already 2 to 3 days back. This concept is known as what? Positional argument concept. Don't take much time because this is a default parameter, default argument passing technique. Positional arguments technique is the default argument passing technique. First of all, C language, it will be taking the same mechanism. C++ also same, Java also same, Python also same, but Python is having some extra techniques. Now, what is the positional arguments concept says? How many arguments are there? 2 or 1? 2. Mudhuvalu chadavandi ikkada. K comma V, how many? 2. How many arguments I have? Want to say or shall I close the class? If you don't respond, I'll close my door. I'll make you to sit in opposite room. You listen online, I will say. If I change my mindset, you will completely in the home only. Why? Online class I'll conduct. Speak out first. How many arguments are there? 2. 2. Lost. How many? I'll call you on the dais otherwise. Be careful. Lost. This lost. Green t-shirt. Speak out. Some of the guys are just wake up and came to the class. After lunch, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock went to bed and wake up at 5:30. Just wake up, open their eyes. 5:45, get down from the bed. 5:50, took the book from the shelf. Directly coming to the class. Sitting in the class, I am suffering here. Be careful. Come to that. Or one more way, roaming here and there entire Hyderabad and tired and sat in my class. That is the second situation. Don't do all these things. Don't be lazy in the class. What is KV? How many? What are these AB? How many? How many positional arguments? How many argument? How many parameters? This is a rule in where? Positional argument. What is the concept in positional argument? In positional arguments, if we have n arguments, n formal parameters required. How the data passing? First to first, second to second, third to third, n to n. That is the technique in where positional arguments. Sir, why do you use this positional argument technique is used to send specific data from function call to function definition. Positional arguments concept, I will tell the reason for everything. When to use what I will tell you. When to use what I will tell you. Positional argument technique is always used for sending specific data from function call to function definition. Suppose as a fresher, our company selected you. What they will do? They will go for what? What they will do? They will say what? Insert student STUD details. Insert student insert STUD details is called what? Function. What I will pass it? What I will pass it? 100 comma 100 comma row sum RS comma something like 3.5 comma and they will write like that and they will take your domain name also like that you take it like that you take it. Next, what is happening? Another one. Is it a function call or not? Come on, first, what is this? Function call. This is called a function call. Another student is also there. Another student is also there. Who is this? 200 and a TR. And this is also called 4.5 function call. One more also I am taking 300 and this is called something like a MC and I will take it as what? 2.5 function call. Next I am taking here 400, 400. Next is called a DR. I'll say 1.5 function call. I don't write that many. I'll do what? Keep it in while loop. While true. Enter the number, name, salary. Name, number, salary. Are they specific or common? Specific means particular to one person. Common means one value for everybody. Capital of Telangana state, Hyderabad, is a common for some crores of people or not? Your number changes from one person to another person. Your name changes from one person to another person. One more is called what? Your address is changing from one place to another place. But capital of Telangana state is common for this particular state people or not? Capital of India, you take it. Is it common for 1 crore 40 people, 140 crores of people or not? Aadhaar card number will different. Your college is different. Your address is different. Your name is different. That are called what? Specific. Did you understand specific and common? Course for all of you. Common. Your number, your name, your marks. Specific. Faculty name for all of you. So try to have some general knowledge. Common means one value for many. Specific means 1:1. 1:1. When you are developing LIC app, LIC application, what is going to be same? Policy number different, policy holder name different, premium amount is different, and maturity amount period is different, 15 years or 20 years term or what you are, and your final returns is different. But LIC of India is going to be common for every customer or not? Like that. So try to map your concept to application basis. Okay. Now tell me, what is this now? First one you take it. What is this is called? Function call. Now I need to define or not. How many are passing? 10 and RS and 3.5 are called what? Argument values. So I will go for what? DEF. What is my function name? Yes. Insert student details. How many arguments values are coming? To hold my three values, I will take how many formal parameters? What is that rule is called? Positional argument rule. Without knowing that, we are using that. Come on. SNO, comma, S name, comma, or something like ENO, comma, E name, comma, cell. Are you getting it? What these three things, three arguments are there, three values. That is the theme of what positional argument. In positional arguments, number of argument values must be equal to number of formal parameters. Second, first argument will go to first formal parameter, second argument will go to second parameter, third will go to third parameter. This is known as what? Positional arguments passing mechanism. You are passing 4 and you are taking 3, error will come, syntax error will come. Understood? Right. Now I am printing. Online students, be careful. Backslash T, backslash T, backslash T. I will print as what? Format of ENO, comma, ename, comma, cell. There I will write it. Here I am writing. Print of what I am writing of 50. There I am writing. Print of what now? I will write it backslash T, ENO, comma, what? Backslash T. Name I will take it. Name I will take it. Backslash T, what is that now? Sal I will take it. Sal. I took it as sal. Now I'm pasting there. So coming out of that, here I wrote it. Are you able to follow? Try to run this. Try to run this. I'm saying positional ARGS example 1.py. Positional arguments example 1.py. Go to the place. Here I'm writing 6 p.m. functions here. Try to save it. Here I'm going to take up. First understand the example, then I'll move to the further. Go to to run my application, I need to go for what? Command prompt. Command, that also you try to habituate how to run from command prompt. So there I will go to this, I'll run. So go to this place, KVR, Python, say here, 6 p.m. CD, functions, execute. Have you seen in my class anytime running from command prompt? You have seen or not? Really? Remembered? At what time? Time we don't remember, but we remembered someday. That is called batch mode operations, I said. Batch mode operation. What are the two tools to run my program? ఎందుకని మీరు ఇంత గజనీలు అతకడం మొత్తం గజనీ బ్యాచ్. So go to that batch mode, here batch mode, here notes, open it, last part. To run the program, to run the Python program from Windows command prompt, we use the following syntax. Python filename.py, py filename.py. Here Python and py are tools used for running the Python program for Windows command prompt. Just like a pin to pin explain, like a small kids. Small kid also will remember. You will not remember because you are not a small kid. So it is explained. See, I came to command prompt Python. I came to Python command prompt. So students, see students, I give best for you. If you don't carry on, what can I do? Tell me. So this is what I will print it. Keep a comment here. So keep a comment here. Keep a comment here and try to run it. What this is called? Function call. When it is going to that, it will carry this data, specific data passing. The specific data carrying is used which concept? Positional arguments concept. Try to run my code, students. Try to run py, see my answer under ENO like that, under name like that, and salary like that. Next student, go there, here. I'm saying that remove the comment for all of them and see that all the values are printing. Execute it, coming to this place. ENO name and etc. Under employee number, employee name is coming. Under number, under name, everything is coming. Are you able to follow? Easy or difficult? Easy. What is this concept called? What is this data? Specific data passing to my functions. This is always called what arguments? Positional arguments. With what arguments? Positional arguments. positional arguments. With the positional arguments, I am writing. Today we are mentioning with positional arguments. Even in the day one also I can mention KV with which arguments? Positional arguments. Here AB are called what? Formal parameters. Formal parameters is nothing but alias name to the original parameters. These are original parameters. These are called what? Alternative names, alias names. Go. Simple. Now, run. You run this application and you got this answer. Now, this is the concept of what? Positional argument. So, what is there in positional arguments concept? What if somebody asks you what is positional arguments? You say positional arguments technique is the default arguments passing mechanism. In positional arguments, number of argument values must be equal to number of formal parameters. In positional arguments, first argument value passing to first parameter, second to second, third to third, n to n. Positional arguments are used for sending specific values from function call to function definition. Finished. In Python programming, out of these five mechanisms, PVM will give the first preference for what? Yes. Why? Because I will show you that. While I am explaining the second one, I will use what? First and second one mixing and I will explain. First and second one I will mix and I will explain. When I come to third one, I will explain first, second, third. While I am explaining fourth one, I will explain first, second, third, fourth. While I am explaining fifth one, I will explain first, second, third, fourth, and I mix with five. I think you are following me. So go to the place. Here I am going to enter into that. Here I am going to take up. Coming to this place. Here, positional arguments concept is clear. I think so. I think with this example, it is more clear. Are you following? One more example. I want to calculate area of circle. Radius, I will go on passing different radius. What is the different radius? Common or specific? Specific. Radius word is common, but radius values differ from one person to another person or not. So that is going to comes under what mechanism? Positional arguments mechanism. Did you understand? Default positional parameter must be given as a first priority. That word you will understand after a few minutes. Right now, don't worry. Now I'm going to say. Second example, I'm going to say. Same thing. Online students, I hope you got clarity. Second example, I will continue. Second example continuous, I'm going to. Program for demonstrating positional arguments 2.py and you are selected in the company called what? TCS. Here I am writing company called TCS. TCS. This is called what? Or you take this one. So more meaningful. Not a problem. You can take like this also. Take it as what? SNO. Take it as S name. Take it as what? Something like marks. Some percentage CGPA or whatever it is, you take it. SNO. Next is S name. And next is called what? Marks. I'm taking. Here also I'm taking SNO. Next is called name. And I'm writing what here? Marks. Be careful, ma. Number. And this is a student. There I'm taking. He is learning which course? Python. Suppose you only take the example. Your numbers are different. Your names are different. Your CGPAs are different. Now I'm going to take your course is common. That I am writing every time. Be careful. Comma Python here. I am writing Python here. Python I am going to write it. Carefully understand how many function calls? 4. All of them are taking what? But how many formal parameters? How many arguments? You will get what? Compulsory error will come or not? So let us watch this once. Execute. You will get which error? Type error will come. Type error. Perfectly. Type error, value error, some confusion was there so far. Type error will come when arguments are mismatching. Arguments 4, parameters 3. Arguments 4, parameters how many? 3. That is called type error. Parameters type error. Value error means what? Invalid conversions are called what? Value error. I think you got a clarity. Execute. Online students, py, arguments 2.py. Which error? Read out. Insert student details takes how many? But how many values you have given? 4 values you have given it. But how many you are taking? Is it mismatching or not? What is that error is called? Arguments mismatching with the parameters gives you type error. Fix. Invalid mathematical conversions are called value error. Clarity is there? Okay. Go there. Students, to avoid that, what is that? Come on. CRS, I will take it. CRS. I'll print a CRS. I'll print a CRS. Students, CRS, I will write it. Okay, perfect. Here also I will write what? \t course. I'm writing. Okay, try to save this now. Try to run this now. See that. Am I getting the answer or not? Perfect answer. Number to number, name to name, marks to marks, and course to course. Online students, if you say clear, now I'm going to tell some problem here. Everybody is enjoying the result. You also enjoyed result. But as a good programmer, you should think quality also. Quality. Understand? Look at this first function call, you take it. What are the values are carried by the PVM? How many values are carrying? 4 values. Out that 3 values are specific, 1 value is common. Second also will do the same. 4 values are carrying 3 plus 1. Also do the same thing. 4, 3 plus 1. This also same. 4, 3 plus 1. That means 3 values are differing from one function call to another function call. Definitely we go for what? Positionals. But a last one you observe it. Last one you observe it. What is this is called? Common value. But common value you are sending every day, every time. Is it a drawback or not? How many function calls you are having totally? 4. Each time PVM is carrying how many values? Is it not 16 times carrying or not? But which value should not carry every time? That means 16 minus what should be reduced? 4. That means how many times I have to carry actually? But you are carrying that unnecessary 4 times common value or not? Is it a waste of time or not? It is something like a teacher, home to school, carrying the duster in the bag daily, carrying the duster in the bag daily. Will you carry? Huh? Will you carry? No. Why? Because the duster is a common value for all the classes. So I'll keep there only. I'll keep in the classroom only. That is the default value for all the classes. If you carry unnecessarily, your bag looking like a big luggage bag. Correct or not? So coming to the point of it, here, go to that. You got the result, but it is not a recommended result. What is this concept? I implemented basically passing the common value as which argument? Losing the performance. Sir, how to avoid that? To avoid that, I'll go for the next technique called default arguments concept. What is the next concept? So before going to default argument concept, I want to finish the concept of what? So I don't want to write again and again. I just want to show you, because if I write it, it takes some time, because I want to concentrate on my concept. Come on, read out everybody. Read out. Positional argument. Read out. Positional arguments mechanism is the default passing arguments mechanism. Default passing arguments mechanism used by PVM in functions for passing the values of arguments of function call to the formal parameters of function definition. Positional arguments concept says that every argument value passing to every formal parameter based on their position by maintaining the order meaning of meaning for higher accuracy. What is the meaning of higher accuracy? I'll tell you, don't worry. In other words, the number of arguments must be equal to number of formal parameters. What is the meaning of order? Number to number, name to name, accuracy purpose. Meaning is like this. Suppose you are saying like this. You are saying like that. What will happen? You see, PVM is a dynamically typed language. 400 goes, DR goes to where? And 100 goes to where? If it is a C language, you will write what there? Int you will write it. If it is something, you will write a character array. This is received where? In int. It will give error in that time. Because it is a static typed. But this is a dynamically typed. Try to run once, it loses its accuracy. It loses its accuracy. Under number DR came, under name 100 came. Is it order is changed or not? Is it meaning lost or not? To avoid this problem, we go for what? Don't pass like that. But positional arguments is not restricting. Positional arguments are not objecting. It is saying, okay, passed. Is it giving problem or not? So what I'm saying, I will come to that. I'll come to that. Once again, you maintain the order and everything. So I got my data. I hope you are understanding. So here I mentioned it. Positional arguments concept is mentioning that the function name of that, got the data, see that, read out. Positional arguments concept. Okay, you are understanding. Are you understanding the meaning, order and meaning of it? In other words, the number of arguments must be equal to number of formal parameters. Positional arguments concept always used for passing specific data from function calls to function definition. PVM gives high priority for positional arguments. Definition: DEF, function name, param1, param2, param n. What is this now? Function definition. Here I wrote it. Block of statements, perform operation. Function name of arg1, arg2, argn. Already you know, like this is a data. Are you able to follow? Yes, here read out. Here the values of arg1, arg2, argn are function call are passing to param1, param2, param n of function definition respectively. Did you understand? Yes. Now here there is a rule is there. What is the rule? PVM always gives high priority to whom? Positional arguments, but not for whom? Other kind of thing. That point is missing in that. I'll bring that. I'll bring that thing. Wait, hold on. So I'll bring that. There is a rule. What is that rule? So that also is not there. Don't worry. I will write it explicitly there. So go to the place. Here I'm going to take up. In this place, I will bring it. Functions here. Under that, here you are having positional arguments. What is that rule? PVM always gives first priority to which arguments? Positional arguments. Otherwise we get error will come. What is that error? Syntax error will come. Syntax error will come. I'll show you that error right now. Don't worry, students. This I just mentioned it. I think here I wrote it. PVM gives high priority for what? So I felt that it is not there. Already it is written. Already it is written. Okay. Anyhow, in the coding part also I'll show you. Don't worry. Shall I move to the further up? Yes. Come to the example. Now I'm going to move to the next one. Next concept I'm introducing. Did you identify the drawback here? What is the drawback? It is not recommended to pass the same value again and again to whom? It is not recommended to pass the common value repeatedly for what? Positional parameter. These are called positional parameters. Spell out. Actually, we call it as what? Formal parameter. Formal parameter types I am saying. What parameters these are? Formal parameter. Which type of formal parameters? Positional formal parameters. Now, students, come on now. I am going to take up in this place. I am pasting my code. Here, demonstrating second technique, I am going to take it. What is the second technique? Default arguments technique. Default arguments technique. What it says, I am going to write it. Default arguments example1.py. Here, Python, if I send it, answer is coming here also. It is looking like a same program like previous. Same programming like previous. Copy down this. It is save it. Go to the place. Here, execute. py. Same answer. But don't look at the answer. Look at the performance. Default argument says that Python is a common value and don't pass every time it says. What default argument says, students? Don't pass each and every time. Pass how many times? One time. Like a teacher keeping the duster in the classroom and coming to home. Every day box is taking. Every day box is taking. Right or not? Now, coming to that, CRS, go to the function. How many values I am passing? What is this now? 100 to this, 100 to this, and 3.5 to this. But CRS, no value passing. Still here it is called error only. Here it is an error only. See that now? What is an answer? Missing one required positional argument CRS. Missing the value for what? One value for positional parameter. Missing one value. What error it is? What error it is? Arguments mismatching is called a type error. Here I am saying in the function definition you see is equal to, I am writing Python is equal to Python. Where I am writing is equal to Python. In the function heading, I wrote CRS is equal to Python. Observe it. What is the CRS is called? Default parameter. Spell out. What is this marks sname SNO are called? Positional formal parameter. Spell out. What is CRS is called? Yes, there is a rule. What is the rule? First you need to write what? Positional parameters. Positional formal parameter. At the end you have to write what? If I change the order, you will get error. Did you understand that? Let me execute on my function call, you see. Function call with what arguments? Function definition with what parameters? Positional formal parameter, default parameter. Execute this now. Execute this now. Going to say, run this code, py, see this concept, course, Python, getting or not? Earlier program also Python, but where is the much beauty, where is the much clarity is there? Where is the much fastness is there? 3 values passing. 4 into 3 is equal to 12. That is going to be very fast. And earlier is what? 4 into 4, which is called 16, which is too much delay, too much heavy work in carrying. Are you able to follow? Getting or not getting up? Getting. And do you understand the rule of that? See one small thing. You take it. Here I am writing right in the beginning. Right in the beginning. What I am writing in the beginning? Default parameter I am writing in the before the formal positional parameter. I will get error. See that you will get error. What is that error I said? Read out parameters without the default follows parameters with a default. This indicates parameters without a default. Parameters without a default is nothing but what? Positional formal parameters. Follows what? Parameters with the default. That means which one is the last default? Which one is the beginning? Parameters without default value. That is called positional arguments only. Did you understand? Did you understand this rule also? PVM gives high priority to whom? Positional arguments. These are very, very important. Very, very important. See, students, I'll go for that. I'll change my property. So CRS is equal to got it. And the value got it. And done. And try to run this code. Now I'm going to run this code and got my output. Got my output. Clear or not clear? Very clear. So go to the place. Now I'm going to move to the further. Now thing is another way. Next example I'm going to show. Multiple examples I will show you. The first example, first stage of understanding. Second stage of understanding, online students. Second stage of understanding, carry on. This place, here, I'll do this, done. Demonstrating this too. What is happening you see? Here, some of them want to go for what? Want to learn, sorry. Some of the person want to learn, want to pass it like this. What is this now? Here I am writing Kn, Kn. Here I am writing Kn. Here I am writing 1.5, 1.5, comma, comma, something like, 500 is passing. What will happen? This is positional arguments only you are passing, but you will get wrong answer or not. What is disturbing there? What is disturbing in my output? What is disturbing in my output? What is this? So here, I think default arguments example 2.py. Py, default arguments example 2.py. See the answer now. Kn 1.5, 500, completely different. Number 2, number contains name, name contains marks, marks contains number. Is it completely sending in wrong direction or not? That means positional arguments always ensures the meaning and order. But here completely different meaning you send or not? Sir, how to send this data accurately? I am passing in zigzag manner only, but I am passing correctly. I want to pass it. What is Kn? Name. So Kn should pass to whom? Yes, name. So I will write today. Another technique I am using. Kn name is yes name is equal to what? Kn. Where I am writing? In function call. What is S name? My formal parameter name strictly. Are you getting? What is 1.5? Yes, what should I write it? Marks. What is 500? This technique is called keyword arguments. Keyword arguments. Spell out. Function call with what? Keyword arg. Sir, why they are called keyword? Keyword value, keyword value, keyword value. Those keywords are nothing but what names? Formal parameters. Got it? Run this code now. Online students, run this code. Carefully run it. Am I getting my data perfectly or not? Easy or difficult? Easy. Is it the most important technique or not? This is called which values passing. This is called what passing. Is it necessary to follow the same order? No, in any order I can go. This is your home. Daily you go to the same order to your home. It is called following what? Positional. You are coming in different directions to your home. Any direction, any way you can come. It is known as what here? In any of the direction I can come. Are you able to follow? This I will come out and I'll explain. Next, one more thing I am going to take up. One more thing let me take up. Here one more. Here I am having all the doubts will be clarified. You go on listening it. Now I am taking KV. Now I am taking here 0.0. Now I want to learn Java. Now I want to learn Java. See carefully. What is this now? Function call with what? Function call with what? I got a new student of this nature. What is happening? 500 will go to SNO. KV will go to SNAME, 0.0 will go to MUX, Java will go to CRS. Actual CRS is what? Because for group of people, I mentioned a common value called what? Python. And I got a new student with a new course. Definitely, that Python will be replaced with what? For that function call only. For that function call only, not for permanent update. Run this now. Execute. See students. What is that course is called? Java. Now, I will go to one more kind of thing. What is this now? Go to this place. Here I am going to take it. I am going to write it. 600. Now I'm going to take it. 600. Next is called something like UD. I will take it as what 4.5. Function call with a positional argument. That time what will happen? 600 will go to SNO. UD contains name. 4.5 is there in marks. But CRS remains same as Python only. Try to execute. See students. Python is again available. Are you following? You may ask a question. Sir, half of the students Java, half of the students Python. I will write what? One function for Python with a default. One more function default value is Java. I will write. I will bifurcate my big. If my large sets of function calls are coming, I'll show that also. You hold on. You hold on. Now I'm going to take up 400. That is a 700. 700. Next is called JS. Now I'll write 1.5. Like that, it is 3.5. Now I am writing here Django. See students, Django, comma. Next I am writing 700. 700 I am writing. Next is called what 3.5 I will write it here. 3.5 or 3.5 I will write it here. Like that I am having. What is this now? Completely with the what arguments? Come on, where are you students? Get it, get it. What is happening? Last one is becoming completely different order or not? Completely different order. JS is the name of the student. 700 is a marks and 3.5 is a marks. Sorry. 700 is a number. Django is a course and 3.5 is marks and JS is a name. Completely different entry. Can you change that? What is the technique? Yes. Online students, are you there? All of them become completely silent. Is it underground batch or what? Speak out. What are you doing, students? Speak out. Are you listening or sleeping? So now tell me, how do you write it? Fast. CRS is equal to marks is equal to, come on, SNO is equal to, SNAME is equal to. Beautiful. Try to run, Control S, and see this now. Perfectly passing or not? This is something like a postman is coming to the colony and issuing the letters to based on the house numbers. What is the technique he will use? He will not put his he will not put that entire addresses in the order in the post office only. Of course, if you remember, he will keep in the on the route what will come, he will arrange. But a new postman is coming. It takes lot of time to adjust by himself. Correct or not? So coming to this, hmm, what is that? Everything look like same but understanding. It is looking like same if you feel it, you try to go to home. If everything is looking like same, better to go to home. For me, it is looking everything different. Different or same? Different. Hemnath Sai is different from KVR. KVR and Hemnath Sai, both of them are having names. Both of them having one head, two ears, two eyes, one nose. This is called something wrong. KVR sir is having brain. Hemnath Sai also having brain. Their brain set is different. Total two brains are not same. They are different. I mean, small changes. So that you have to say in the beginning only. After giving a big class for you, if you say like that, you are out of order. So come to the point. If you go to interview, what you will say? All of them same, you will say. When all of them same, why four things are there? So first of all, you have to be careful. When to talk to me also, very carefully how to talk, because I will look at pinpointing to everything. So I said maybe to you, beginning when I was student of OU. Beginning, I took a class in OU to my juniors. When I was in fourth year, first semester, I took a class for C language to my juniors first year. I don't know. They send me I'm a favorite to my dean. I'm very favorite. Generally, I'm not favorite to many of the teachers. Why? Because I lost a lot of doubts. Very difficult doubts I will ask. So, but he's a good teacher. I don't know. He likes me well and always says, you take the class. So it's a good opportunity. I feel very proud of it. Out of 60, or not 60, 40 only. Out of 40, I got an opportunity to take the class. Why I got an opportunity? They know why they will give me a class. I felt very much. Night also I did not get sleep that day. When to take class, when to take class, when should I eat away the brain of the students? Like that. I went to class. I just made them sit like anything. Straight you have to sit. If you look at here and there, I will just. They are feared a lot. And they are. Actually, they thought that I am also professor in the university. But they did not. I'm a fourth year student, looking like you only that time. So they are asking other teacher, who is that? C language sir. These SARs are having some jealous. They said, he's a fourth year student, they said. Next time, some of the guys, city guys, doing some extra in the class. Hey, he's also our senior now, what to do? So I said them, subject is important, senior or junior, that is not important. Matter is important. Content is important, cutout is not important, I said. Really, I said that. So they also thought of it. I'll explain the programs in such a way that there are different programs, I said. So I got a good rapport with them. Even other teachers, when they are going now, were not listening their word. When I go to the class, silence, pin drop silence, like this only. I like this way of sitting in the class. Then I went to one, the dean sent me my name to the examination center. Those people put a spot valuation letter, I got it. Plus, I went to other college as a examiner for what? C language practical examination. There I went. Only 5 programs are there. 60 students are there. Same program we have to give, it seems. Same program to everybody. Record programs only. What program? Division of two numbers, matrix multiplication. One program only, quadratic equation. That roots calculation is not there. D greater than 0, D less than 0. That thing. What is that? Simple. I said, I don't give programs. Record programs I don't give, I said. Record programs I don't give. I will give my own programs, I said. They're saying how it is, you have to give these programs only. I said, no, I will not give this program. I will give different programs, I said. 15 minutes. The teacher is fearing. Teacher is fearing like anything. He went to principal. Principal also came. Because I came from university now. They are bringing biscuits, cool drink, all these things to make me cool. I never take biscuits and everything, because if I touch that biscuit or cool drink, I have to bend my head, right or not? No, I don't like. I have my bottle. That time actually I have bottle. I have my bottle. Bag is there. I did not touch. They understood. Today something will happen. Finally, all of them become very silent. Students are waiting. What is happening? Happening. Finally, I only understand. Let them give. I will take in Viva. Viva is the final weapon. I gave, okay, single, what program I asked the teacher, which program I had to give? They said, sir, any 5, in this 5, anyone you give it. I said, first program I'll give. First program easy now. Division of two numbers to everybody I gave. All 60. Division of two program. Everybody is just eagerly waiting when to show the result. The moment I gave the program, write a C program for calculating division of, and see that how the people are division of two numbers. In C, what they will write? Include, hash include, yesterday what dot is, conio dot is, it's super. Void main, CLR, SCR, two values reading, scanf, percentage D, everything done within 20 minutes completed. Executed also. I said them, when you are executing, you have to call me, I said. I sit in the room, they called me. They raised the hand. Sir, I completed one guy. I went there. I said, run the code. He said, running. Enter first value. Enter first value. I said, enter. He entered 10. Enter second value. Second value. I said, enter. He said 5. The moment he said 5, division is equal to what? 2.0 came. His face feeling is what? 100 volts bulb. Thinking 50 out of 50 I will get. Okay, nice. I said, okay. Okay. Now, he's feeling happy by seeing classmates. I want to observe every body setup of that. I said, run the code once again. I said, I want to give my inputs. Enter first value. Enter first value. Now, enter first value. 10. He said, you enter my values. 10. Enter second value. 0. I said. You're not pressing enter key. Press enter key. I said. He got. Do you want to close the software? He got it. Do you want to? Do you want to close the software? Do you want to close the software? Yes, by no, it is showing. After going to home, you do this. In C language, you do this. Sir will not tell this. In C language, sir will not tell. You do that after going to home. Do everybody. So, do you want to close the software? Yes or no? He is looking at me with poor face. 50 marks that time. I said, is your program correct or wrong? Who is this guy? Danger guy. So said, not saying anything, wrong only. Next, run once again. Run once again. 10 marks cut. In my intention, cut. Enter the first value, 10. Enter the second value, KVR. Percentage D, you used it. Actually, it is percentage S. Again, same. Next, 10 more marks cut. Enter the first value, 10. Enter the second value, dollar. Not coming. Output not coming. 10 marks cut. Enter the first value. Don't enter any value. Second value, don't enter anything. Do you want to close the software? How many times he run? First time he got result. Second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time not running. Every time running, whichever is not running, 10 cut. 0 marks. Come for YY side. Is not coming. Not coming. You went to again principal. Everybody came. So finally, I don't know. Nobody came for Viva. Everybody is running like this. And this program. I ran like this. Nobody is calling me. I directly set my inputs because everybody will become control, right? 60 people output means difficult for me. I said, enter these values and show me. I said, will they show? Will you show? You cannot. What happens finally? Pass or fail? Fail. Finally, what happens? When principal came, requested me, sir, is almost that time principal means almost 65 years, 60 like that. Sir, that time I'm just bacha like you. He said, sir, please make all our students pass. Subject is wonderful. What you asked is wonderful questions, no doubt in that. Please make our students pass. Okay, done. I'll say, I'll sign it, put the marks, whatever you like it. My intention that time is to show the reality of the subject. I just signed it, it came out. I just signed it, I came out. And while coming, they are trying to give some money for me. I never. They are trying to give biscuits, cool drinks, all sorts of things they tried. But no, the subject is subject. When we touch biscuit or cool drink or something, our sincerity will lose. So nothing I touched it. Huh? So did you understand? So yes, Hemanath say, I will explain. I said definitely I will explain. For you only I said this entire example for you. For you only I said this. Is it looking like same? Huh? Is it looking like same? No. Is it looking like same? These are called stunning questions. Right. So like that, danger. Spot violation also I went. So 10 minutes I'm speaking about other than this. I went to spot violation. After practical spot violation, exams will be over. Theory. I went there. After I went there, first bit explain while loop. On while loop, some program will come. A bit while loop explanation, B bit program on that. While loop, they written something. Program, they are giving more marks. In the program, what I will see? Comma, semicolon, all the things I will see. Commas are not there, full stops not there, nothing. 0, 0, 0, 0. I wrote in the bracket, why wrong, why wrong, why wrong also. Totally I corrected. In a day, I corrected only 20 papers. Other people are correcting 60, 60, 60 corrected. So I submitted my 60 marks bundle. In that only 4 or 5 got border marks. Rest of them fail. One chief examiner is there. He is also from different college. And more age, senior. They're thinking more subject. I submitted award list and everything. They called me. Why this many people? They don't know I'm from university. They called me. He did not say sir also. He called me. Who is this? KV or complete name? He called me. I went there. What happens? I said. It like that only. I also did not say sir. What happened? I said. Now what is this? Is correction. Yes, I did correct only. I said. Open the paper. I said. Opened it. After opening, he's opening. He said, sit down, sit down. He's saying, sit down, sit down. Now check the total paper. I said. Total paper with errors I wrote. And I have a laptop that time. I opened it. I typed that program. I shown you. How many errors are coming? I wrote it. For every error, 1 mark cut. That's why everything is failed. Okay, sir, he said. Last, okay, sir, he said. I asked him, shall I come from tomorrow onwards, spot violation or not? I said, he said, sir, please don't come, he said. He said, I'm not going. I said to my dean also, sir, this is a situation. My dean also said, don't go, he said. He said, don't go. Let them correct. So maybe that paper's hand over to somebody else. Maybe they passed it. Correct? So, any students, I took your time. Let us move to the subject. Go to which concept? Default arguments. Did you understand this technique? Yes. Let me close. Done. This is the way we got it. And this is the one. We passed which one? Yes. Next, let me go to one more example. One more example I am taking. Yes. Look at this part. You don't worry. This part you don't worry, students. This part you don't worry. Here I am writing. All these people are living in India only. So, all these people are going to where? Palgudi Venu. Thanks to God, we have missed KVR sir, spot violation. Otherwise, we are in college only. Yes. So, no, not you are not in college. You are in big MNC. Why? When I went to spot violation, you are that time maybe second class or third class. If that time onwards education system is changed, by the time you are in Microsoft, they will get a news. If you write wrong, they will cut the marks. If you write wrong, they will cut the marks. Will you prepare seriously or not? Yes, that is the point. So Yes, Ganesh Singh. That is the reality of today's college, sir. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, no problem. Come to the point. SNO, yes name, marks, etc. Now I want to go for all of them are living in Hyderabad only, for example, India only, for example. What is that? Will you pass India once again here? Now, what should I pass it one time only? What is that now? CNT, country is equal to what? India. Where I am writing? At the end only. They will ask you, is it necessary to use only one default parameter? No, I can use any number of default parameters. Where? At the end of formal positional parameters. So print it \t and go for what? CNT. CNT. And here also I'm going to what? Country. Country. Here also I'm going to take it country. I'm not passing the country here. Three students. All of you carefully follow. Here I'm going to take up default arguments example 3 dot. So got it. Execute. See students. PY. Got it. Are you getting or not? Now, what is this concept is called? What is this are called? Okay. Look at students. Now I'm going to write it. You only answer my question. Here I am writing. Here I am writing. USA, USA, and HTML, comma, DR, DR. Next is called what do you know? 1.5, 1.5. What is the next term? What is the next term? Something like 500. What is this is nothing but this is called looking like a positional arguments. Positional arguments. Try to save it. Completely wrong data coming around under number USA. What is this? Under marks, under course, under country. What is that? Completely wrong data. Can you pass it correctly now? Yes. If you know only positional arguments, today you will get lot of difficulty. Irrespective of the order you pass it, I will send in the proper manner. Correct or not? Yes. Tell me, I forget how to do. CNT is equal to CRS is equal to S name is equal to marks is equal to SNO is equal to what is this concept is called? Yes, keyword arguments. Beautiful. This is done. You execute it. See students how beautiful it is. Number name, is it coming or not? Yes. Now students, see dear students, one more thing. Insert student details. Insert student details. I'm passing there. I'm passing there. KV. Now I'm passing Java. I'm passing Java. I'm passing 3.4. Now I'm passing something like, 600. Like that. What is KV here? S name is equal to. What is Java here? CRS is equal to. What is 3.4? Marks here. What is the 600 here? SNO. That is nothing but what? S name going to this. Yes, a name. CRS going to this place. CRS. Marks going to marks. SNO going to SNO. Which one is not getting anything? That is the default only will take. Did you understand or not? Yes. What is this concept is called? Keyword arguments. See students, how beautiful it is. Are you following me or not? Easy or difficult? Easy. So, any order I can pass it, provided you need to use default positional, so keyword arguments. Mixing everything if you send, you'll get a lot of knowledge. Did you understand my heading today? What is my heading today? Based on the relationship between arguments and parameters is that every value of argument of the function call passing or sending to formal parameter function definition. How can I pass it? 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 2 to 3, one common value. One more is what? In any of the order, I want to pass the data accurately. That is called what? Keyword arguments. So see my concept. When do you go for default arguments? When the value is common for family of similar function calls. When the value is common for what? Similar function call. Family of similar function call. Common value. That time we'll go for what? default arguments. So I'll open the default arguments concept. I'll open the default arguments concept for my satisfaction. Read out all of you. When there is a common value for a family of similar function call, then such a type of common value must be taken as a default parameter with a common value, but not recommended to pass by using positional arguments or parameters. Syntax for function definition or default parameter. DEF, function name, param1, param2, param n minus 1 is equal to value 1, param n is equal to value 2, block of statements. Here param n minus 1, param n are called what? Param 1, param 2 are called what? Formal positional parameters. Rule. When we use default parameters in the function definition, they must be used as the last parameters. Otherwise, we get what? Syntax error, not a type error. Type error mismatching the arguments. Parameters without default follows parameters with a default. Understood? This is called which concept? Yes. So time is 7:42. I'm feeling just now I came for 10 minutes back. So time is running away like anything. So anyhow, this I'll send it. Tomorrow class when I come back, I'll go for what? Keyword arguments I will explain. Okay, no? So I said one more thing. Hemnath Sai is remembering program for normal number to Roman number. I'll tell you everything. I have an action plan that I'll tell you. Students in online, I hope it is clear today about what? Arguments passing mechanism. I'll send these examples for you. So, Anita, what is happening? NNK now. Okay. So, I'll stop my class and tomorrow class, I'll continue my session. Which one I will continue tomorrow? Keyword, variable length, I will explain tomorrow. These two may be completing tomorrow. Maybe if time permits, I'll go to this also, I'll explain. Okay, now? So tomorrow class, don't miss it. Important. Try to speak in the class. Are you writing notes? Can I check the notes? Daily. Writing. I have to believe. Okay. When I will check the notes, I don't know. Whichever day you are not writing the notes, you will sit here. You will sit here. Okay. Be careful. Take care. And tomorrow class, don't miss it. Thank you. All the best. Online students, you hold on. I'll talk to you. Online students, any doubts you have? Am I audible first of all? Am I audible, students? Okay. Any students having the doubt, students, you can go for it. Koteshwar Rao. Koteshwar Rao. Koteshwar Rao.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
చిన్న డౌట్ సార్, లైక్ మనం కి ఎడిట్ ప్లస్ వాడినప్పుడు మనం కమాండ్ ప్రాంప్ట్ లో సమ్ అవి కమాండ్స్ వాడుతున్నాం కదా, అవి ఐడియా లేదు సార్, కొంచెం
ఏమ్మా
కమాండ్ ప్రాంప్ట్ లో మనం అది ఫైల్ పెట్టి మనం రన్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా, అది ఇలా మన అది ఎలానో కొంచెం చెప్పగలరు?
ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పినాం కదమ్మా, ఇక్కడ చెప్పినాం కదా, బ్యాచ్ మోడ్ లో చెప్పినాం కదా. బ్యాచ్ మోడ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ లో 6 PM లో బ్యాచ్ మోడ్ లో చెప్పిన నోట్స్ లో ఆల్రెడీ నోట్స్ కూడా ఇచ్చేస్తా దానికి.
పైథాన్
ఇక్కడ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసేసిన ఆల్రెడీ. బ్యాచ్ మోడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ బిగినింగ్ లో నంబర్ ఆఫ్ అప్రోచెస్ టు డెవలప్ పైథాన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, ఇంటరాక్టివ్ అప్రోచ్, బ్యాచ్ మోడ్ అప్రోచ్, ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. సార్ చదువు నోట్స్ అది. సార్ నోట్స్ చదువు, రేపు ఉంటే డౌట్ ఉంటే చెప్దాం మళ్ళీ రేపు.
ఓకే సార్, నేను ట్రై చేస్తాను.
ఓకే. ఎనీబడి ఎల్స్ హ్యావింగ్ ద డౌట్స్? So no doubts, huh? So no hand raising symbols are there. So I will upload the notes. Today you download it and try to practice. All the best, students.